towns, your countries, everybody around the world. This is the new legal representing Di-RREC Gaming. I hope you all are having a great evening. And if you're on the other side of the continent, of this side of the globe, or on the other side of the globe, depending on where you at in the world, good morning to you. Or if you're on another planet out there and you're in the high heavens, welcome as well. You could have been anywhere else in your existence, but you decided to come in here and rock out with me on Di-RREC Gaming, and for that, people, we appreciate it. Today we're going to get down to it. What happened today is an all-right crow soup catastrophe, unlike anything I've ever seen before. There's going to be things we're going to talk about today. Y'all going to get that smoke. Boy, what I saw today was straight up hilarious. And we're going to walk it down because there's some things that need some explanations. This is PlayStation State of Play versus Xbox inside Xbox. Both had not so blockbuster shows.
And my mother was taken.
But
Dad, you should look at this.
One did come through for his audience
Guys, thought you said you weren't
in a better way.
Yeah,
that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. I'm not gonna sit here and say both shows just blew everything out the frame, but one show was just so lackluster. I'm starting to even think like, what the hell is really going on? Because the one show didn't even make any sense. And the one show that I'm talking about is the first show. Hey man, what the hell is wrong with PlayStation State of Play? What's wrong with that show, man? I mean, there's nobody there.
Taking people and using them.
It's like
and what if we can't get
a kiosk. It's like a live kiosk. I don't understand it. It's about as weird and unexplainable like Death Stranding. It really doesn't make any sense. I can't tell y'all why. It sounds that way, but that's not me. I don't make the show, but all I know is the same things that they say about Xbox. I mean, are we blind? Do we not see this stuff? Are we blind? Because the same thing that they criticize the Xbox for doing, they're doing it worse. I mean, there's people that didn't go to work today, didn't want to pay their bills for that performance. And as I'm trying to hold my laugh in on that fact, that really happened. So they actually skipped work for that show to show them nothing. And if their sole possession in life was to see that last bit of stuff that was at the last bit of that show, if that was your grand finale, y'all really in trouble. Let's get to it. What in the world was that humanity, man? Humanity. I mean, it looked like ants on the screen. It's you guys that talk about these exclusive games. It's you guys that talk about having these blockbuster games. But what I saw, it looked like a bunch of ants running together, fighting over a piece of meat on the ground. And you know, this was supposed to be humanity. You know, we're supposed to be excited about that. It looked like a big super duper indie game. Now it's you guys that say, hey, greatness awaits and we got these strong exclusives and we do. You guys say that. But y'all gonna have to explain that game because I want to see y'all on it. I want to see y'all playing that game like you love it. Because I told you guys, better get prepared because it's going to be the PlayStation VR technology that Sony's going to be pushing. You can forget your games. You can forget them. First round out the gate, we know this to be a fact right now. We'll get to that later on. But I knew legal said it. I told you guys that you can forget your games. There's two directions that are going with both companies. One company is going with the xCloud. The other company believes in the VR. That's the direction. That's the vision. Don't ever lose sight of that. Yo, the MLB show free for PS Plus, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I have to say, that was one of your best, pound for pound situations for that show. That was a pretty good offer.
Not ready for this.
It was a pretty good offer. I mean, with the inclusion of The Last of Us, which they just, I mean, dude, y'all sitting up here acting like The Last of Us is like the Lord's Supper.
Okay,
you guys need to stop it, man. It's not the Lord's Supper. That game is a walkthrough. Stop it, people. Stop it. It's a story-driven walkthrough game. Yes, very emotionally tied. I get it. We get it. But it's not the best game ever made. By far, it's not even close to that.
When's the last time you slept?
Stop it, people. I mean, to your standards,
got a good 8
on your platform,
minutes
we can
in.
see why y'all think that.
Nightmares.
But anybody that's been playing games long enough
Does it get
understands it's just a good game, man.
It gets tolerable.
You get it for free now. I guess y'all gonna play that now because you really don't have nothing else to play. Nobody's talking about Days Gone. Don't come talking to us about no Concrete Genie. Don't nobody know nothing about no daggum Concrete Genie. Stop it. You guys are talking. See, this is where you're getting this smoke from.
Come on. Time to hook
We
into
were
the drop.
talking about strong AAA games. You gotta stay on point. Stop making up things when you don't have nothing in front of you. You don't have nothing in front of you now, so now you're throwing up Concrete Genie. Really? You're gonna throw up Concrete Genie
who's
now
jumping
because
first?
you have nothing in front of you.
Definitely not
But
you.
Days Gone was the
Jumping
talk of the
first,
town,
okay?
people.
Sure you are.
Word, I don't see nobody talking about that game. I don't see nobody playing it. I don't even see nobody talking about the new DLC. Y'all know that game was trash.
Sam, we're
Stop it,
outgoing.
man. Y'all knew that game was
Roger that.
trash.
We're standing by up here.
I gotta
See you
say,
soon.
next out the gate for you guys,
Coming?
After Party, which was viewed on both sections. I'm not gonna lie, I guess that's just gonna be a great multiplayer
Alright,
game
Control,
for both
we're going
systems.
in.
After Party, you're gonna have to outdrink Satan. Wow.
Regs are regs,
Y'all
man.
think I was
mean,
gonna actually
Control.
play this game?
We're already breaking it up.
Nah, I
as
just
it
want
is.
y'all to see what real
Jim
excellence
doesn't
looks
know
like.
won't hurt
We're
her.
gonna stop it right there. Y'all thought I was gonna actually go somewhere today. Nah, I ain't going nowhere. I want y'all to admire what real technology and gaming looks like.
Just tell
What
us where to
real
go, Control.
graphics and what real technology looks like. That's advancement. Because y'all don't know nothing about this. Y'all still stuck in 1080p,
that's
which makes y'all
pretty
what?
evident.
Everybody say it loud with me, donkeys. A better gamer. That's
And
correct.
your intel says
That's
one of the
correct.
silos is still intact.
So
right?
now After Party, right? That's what they gave y'all, After Party. I know y'all ain't thrilled about that game. Only you alcoholics are thrilled about that game. So I'll mark that off the list as well. So now, one of the games that I guess is supposed to
So
just
if
make
the
us
old
jump
COG
out of our
had working Hammer
shoes.
of Dawn satellites here, why
LA,
didn't they launch them all?
NOR,
Because they were just prototypes.
VR,
After a successful test,
VR,
they moved full
people.
production onto the mainland.
LA NOR, the VR version. I mean,
you
how
gonna
many
move or are we
times are
just
we
gonna
gonna
stand
see
here?
this game? Now here comes another crow soup. Oh, all you guys play is the same
We
old
should
game.
probably go down now.
Wow,
probably
really? Really now? Looks like to me, somebody's playing the same old games. We got what? The Last of Us y'all gonna be playing. You got MLB you're playing. You got LA Noir. That's still the same game, it's just VR. It looks like you playing the same games
Both
to
of
me.
you get down here already.
I don't see anything that's astronomical. on this roster that's just blowing everybody out the frame. And you guys know it, but you know what? I love when you guys try to defend this stuff. You guys try to defend this stuff. It's unbelievable. But hey, that's your VR game. That was your VR game. We're not gonna trash it. We're not gonna trash that one. That's VR. That's on another level, right? That's supposed to be on another level. And see, the only reason I'm speaking on that, I'm holding on that, is because I've seen real VR. That ain't no real VR, man. That's like subpar kindergarten VR experience. Anytime you can't run around, you can't move around and go run around, get in a virtual world, don't even talk about VR to me, man. I've done it, I've seen it, wore the backpack, put the plugs on, took the mask, put it on there, put the goggles on, checked out the whole, you have to you gotta listen, get the screen sets on your vision, on your visors and all of that. You'll see the actual area that you in turn into another world, turn into a whole nother virtual world. You get to walk around, run around, do whatever. You ain't just sitting there with no daggum Cyclops glasses on your head with a big brick to cover your eyes and you just looking around. That ain't about nothing, man. That ain't about nothing. So we get down to what? The DayZ DLC announcement, which was kind of boring. That was on both sides of the fence as well. Kind of boring. Ain't nobody hyped up for that either. And so now we get into this Civilization 6, right? Y'all gonna have to tell me what's up, man. Now humanity, now y'all into civilizations, okay? We ain't seen one of your heavyweight games yet. This is the show that y'all are talking about. Hey, this is the show that y'all are talking about. I mean, they're roping you. They're roping you guys. They're roping you. That rope is getting tighter and tighter. And then, I don't even know if I'm saying this right, because I was actually stunned when I saw it. But the Wattam, W-A-T-T-A-M, whatever it's called, that game right there, I gotta say, I'm not even gonna hate on that one. You know what? I'm not hating on that one. Let's give that one a 10 out of 10. That game right there probably highlighted the very best essence of PlayStation experience. That game right there was astronomically personified best for the PlayStation experience. I give it a 10 out of 10. That's your bet. That was the best game that was shown for PlayStation State of Play. That was the best game shown for it. I know you guys can't wait to play that game. And then what gets me is all the hate that Sea of Thieves got. All that hate about all them skeleton bones, all those pirate chests, and all of that animated buffoonery. We got it. We get it. Y'all really like that game. Y'all just mad because you can't get it. But we understand. We understand. We get it, people. We understand the hatred. But what's up with Medieval, man? Why do I see skeletons and stuff there? Why do I see that same type of animation? Huh? Y'all gonna play that game? Is that what y'all throwing at us? These games right here, is that what y'all got on the table? 1080p at its finest. PlayStation State of Play is 1080p at its finest. And that's what y'all bringing to our table? That's what y'all bringing as a sacrifice. Y'all are offering that to us at our table. Acting like you guys can actually sit down at the same table as us now. You guys are great actors, man. The sad part about it is we don't have Oscars for y'all. We don't have Oscars for y'all. So y'all gonna have to politely accept these invisible awards that we're giving to you. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm not hating on that. Not hating on that. 8 out of 10. I give it the 8 out of 10 feature of PlayStation State of Play, and probably overall their second best gaming presentation. I mean, you know, these guys love the fact that they got Call of Duty. We don't even care about it no more like we used to. We just play on it. I mean, we're the kings of that. we made that what it is, so it's not like it's a big deal to us. You guys are happy that you got something to say with it, but we already been there. We been there. We done that. You know, it was a good presentation though. I'm not gonna front on that. I'm just letting y'all know how we look at things, and you know, we're getting down to the good parts. Now, you know, I can't talk too much on it because it didn't really last that long. So I'm trying my best to say the best for last, right? I'm trying. It's hard because there was really nothing to see. People actually took our work for this. But one thing that cracks me up is how so many people in the hate community talked about that Gears of War limited edition console, talked it down, saying, why would Microsoft come out with a limited edition console at the end of a console cycle? How stupid is that? Eon. We throw some more carrots out there. Oh, we heard it all. But what did we see today, people? What did we see in its glorious form? Another whack-in console design. Yo, this had to be one of the funniest. What the heck? You had, this game is about a baby, right? This game is about males having babies. And the decal prints of this game is about pregnant men. And on the console, the decal, the stickers, because you know it ain't even on a level as the Gears 5 console. It ain't even on the level of the Gears 4 console. I mean, Microsoft really puts in work on their consoles. They put nice work in. Give respect where it's given. That's facts. That ain't even something even to debate about. But when I see these thrown together consoles, man, it just cracks me up. They put birth prints. But what's funny, because you know when your baby comes into this world, they put the handprint, the feet print there. You know, and they make it cute. What's funny, y'all, is they put that same type of print on a console, but here's the irony of it. Here's the no, not the irony, but here's the stupidity. Here's where the logic don't come in at. They were grown people hands. They wasn't even baby hands. That's what's so fun. Like, you put grown baby print fingers on a console, not one but two. We know what that means. You can't defend that. That's an error. That's just stupidity. That's just coming from a place that don't really think. They're just good baiters, man. Anything that they do, you gotta jump for it. So they ain't thinking, man, hey, put two ink print hands up on that. Put two ink print hands on that daggum console. Let's call it a day. Well, what was funny was that controller. Oh my gosh, that controller. It didn't even match. Oh, I get it, legal, I get it, because it ain't supposed to match. This game is about hazardous materials. So the controller was representing hazmat materials. We get it. But that yellow, that orange just wasn't doing it, y'all. They did a bad job of that. A severe bad job of that. A severe bad job of that. And as I sit here and I think about that comment about having a last minute limited edition console, well, I'll tell y'all what. Y'all were better off not having one, because that console like pure dog beep. That console didn't even need to come out. You right. In that case, why do a console at the end of the life cycle if you're going to do one that looks like that? Y'all do have a point. Y'all do have a point on that. And then, last but not least, the one game that everybody lost their minds about, took off work, walked hundreds of miles in the heat, went without water, fasted for 2 weeks, nearly on their deathbed, went without hay for months, just to see another cutscene event of this game. They still ain't seen this game yet, and Sony continually giving y'all cutscenes. And we've been hearing about this game since 2000 what? Late 2016, but started seeing it 2017. Here we are in 2019, and they just now giving y'all a release date. And what's funny was I was talking to my homeboy today, and I said, I bet you this coming out February the 15th. And I was a few days off. My boy and I was a few days off. Just a couple of days off. Now that's hilarious. That what really made my day. It's like, you can't be fooled with this company. Like, you just, after a while, you just start to see the trail. The trail, man, how easy it is to predict them. So, you got your release date. Who cares? Who cares? Because that's probably it for y'all for 2020. That's it. Might as well start off early, huh? You know what it felt like with days gone, right? You started off early, and then what happened? Ain't nobody talking about it. The game doesn't look whack. Game looks actually good. Well, of course, it's cutscenes. But I'm here to tell everybody right now, if you think what you saw is how that game is going to look, you've been fooled again. You've been fooled again. That is a 1080p console. Whatever you've seen before in 1080p is what it's going to look like in 1080p. It ain't going to be nothing more advanced. It ain't going to be. If it is, that means it's going to lose frame rate. It's going to lose frame rate. The game can't do too much, man. It can't handle tough demanding events. So either it's going to be graphically a masterpiece, running at frame rate at 24, which y'all don't know nothing of. I mean, you guys are used to that. You guys are used to playing games at 17 frame rates, 10 and 13 and going on like that. Y'all sitting up here acting like, you know, y'all the kingdoms of gaming. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all don't even know nothing about 60 frames per second, because you sound stupid when you say that. And y'all, first game y'all throw up, well, The Last of Us. That's why I'm talking about. Y'all don't know nothing about 60 frames per second gaming. You just nailed my point. So, that was y'all's show. Okay. That's what y'all brought to the table. Let's give y'all a round of applause. Okay, let's move it right on along now. Okay, here comes Inside Xbox. Not only does Inside Xbox have a presentation, an actual presentation when it comes on, it actually has a nice introduction. Then it actually has people on it that talk to their audience. Before I even get into the show, I'm going to describe it. Then it actually has its own online community show like Mixer to present itself on. Then it actually has a young audience anchorship for the show. Then it actually has developers on their show to talk about the games. So you put all of that into play, and you see a show that's actually put together with quality aspects to it. It's not just thrown at us, and it's just blank, and you know, got the Xbox logo, and just you hear like an elevator music voice or a teleprompter just drone talking his way through the games. But there's no life, there's no substance there. You actually see human beings. So, right out the gate, you know, there's a new pirate game. Yeah. We already have one. It's animated. Well, this one isn't. It's called Atlas. It's a pirate game. It's going to be on Xbox and Windows 10. Hint. Uh-oh, what? Xbox and Windows 10. but Xbox don't have no games. Then we get the developer talking, and he says, hey, this game is going to be the same across both platforms, and it's a cross-platform game. So the community is going to be larger, but whatever updates Xbox get, the PC gets, and whatever the update the PC gets, is Xbox gets, because the developer said, hey, it's going to be the same exact update. There's not going to be no difference in the updates, because this is not going to be a different game just because it's on two different Microsoft platforms of gaming. So we got Atlas, which didn't look too bad. I don't think it's something that we jump out of our shoes with, but it didn't look too bad. It for that introduction, and for what State of Play came out for its introduction, oh, Atlas beat it by hands down. It wasn't even, it didn't even have to try. Children of Mortar, nothing to be excited about. Nothing to be excited about. That game should have been aired for PlayStation State of Play. I felt like that belonged over there. We won't even give that no more play. Then right out the gate, right? Just the grand slam with those AIs on first, second, and third base. I mean, they didn't even waste no time. And what I liked about that was the fact that they brought on xCloud. They didn't waste no time. So the title of that was the Xbox game streaming, which introduced xCloud. Guy came up on there, started talking about xCloud some more, gave us some definite answers to definite questions, and hey, once again, you see xCloud moving forward and forward and forward into realization, and now we actually have an xCloud limited preview access. We actually have that. But what do y'all have? What kind of access do y'all have? What kind of future do you guys have? We're seeing ours right before our eyes, slowly but surely coming into play. That xCloud's no joke. We can't wait till everybody is able to play it. These real Xbox games at any time we get ready, no matter the device. But they said they're going to start out on the Android version first, which makes sense because there's more Android phones in a more diverse area around the world, simply because it's open, the low security aspects on it, and because it was easier to get those things out on multiple devices. Eventually it'll come out to the iOS, but I think Microsoft did the right move by attacking the open market, because that's something that they didn't used to do in their past. They have accepted their flaws, their ways, and this is what's making Xbox great, because Microsoft is making some good changes to where they're not always closed in. They're opening themselves up to the markets, they're opening up themselves up to the world, and I think that's a good thing, because what Microsoft can bring for security on top of what's open is what's marvelous. Xbox Game Pass, the one service that gets hated on the most. The one service that we know you guys want, because you guys go to the bargain bin and Redbox more than anybody. You guys made Redbox famous. Redbox on TV, when they do a commercial, they don't even want to talk about Xbox. They don't even bring up Xbox and Nintendo games. They talk about you guys, because you guys are like corporate slave for them. You guys do anything to run by the CVS's and them Walgreens. Get them daggum red boxes open, huh? Funny part is you pay $3 for just one game. Ha ha! We pay $1 for 100. Ha ha! And then we got what? Ultimate now. You can pay for $2 for 2 months and still get over 100 games and play your first party games on it. So really, man, a lot of stuff that you guys do, and when you hate on Xbox, you don't make sense by doing it. You gotta at least make sense in your hatred. I've told y'all that. Make sense when you hate on something. At least do that. Don't hate and don't make sense. We got Code Vein. Code Vein got premiered today on Inside Xbox. Code Vein will be coming out, and of course, you know, on Di-RREC Gaming, we do our best to always feature any game that comes out that we think has buzz to it. Code Vein's coming out. I liked it. I played the beta. I like the gameplay. A lot of people may not agree. A lot of people may agree. But I liked it. And I think that showing it beats showing any little indie game or any game that we know that we're not going to really jump out of our shoes for. Even if you don't, this game is no slouch. And it's worth being on a show like Inside Xbox. Next out of the gate, Hitman 2 got premiered. It's got a new DLC. Anybody out there that's a Hitman fan as myself that beat the first one, really had an enjoyable time beating it, will love Hitman 2. If you haven't bought it and played it yet, I recommend that you do. If you're a Hitman fan, you will not be disappointed. Yet another game that was featured on Inside Xbox. All right, let's get to a game that kind of evens out the bar. I think this is another game that should have been on PlayStation State of Play. I mean, PlayStation State of Play had its had its versions of what kind of games it wanted to talk about. And that was Felix the Reaper. I think Felix the Reaper should have been on PlayStation State of Play. It fitted him well, and it would have been a nice presentation because it would have fitted well with that lineup. We're not going to elaborate no more on Felix the Reaper because we're not really excited about Felix the Reaper. We keep it real over here in these Xbox streets. After party, like I said, is drinking with the devil. Should have been over there, should have stayed over there on the PlayStation side of things. It's nothing to jump up and down about. Who cares? And that's that. DayZ, okay, multiple aspects. It's over here on the Xbox side of things. And we already know it was about the DLCs, content. DayZ is something that there's a lot of people that enjoy DayZ. DayZ has a lot of fun to it, but it's not something that we're over here jumping off out of our shoes about. Nothing at all. So DayZ, it's on the Xbox inside Xbox show, and it was worth being over there. Now let's get to two games that I feel are really game changers. And when I talk about these games, I'm talking about these games that have leg and longevity. And when you talk about games that have legs and longevity, they can only be represented on the Xbox brand. Oh, they can only be. It only makes sense. I'll go with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. What impressed me about this was the fact that they had my man, the Punisher, from the Daredevil series on Netflix as the villain. So once again, Ghost Recon went to another level by having Green Beret veterans, real Green Beret veterans, putting their input in this game, making this game a real military, strategic, analytic game that requires strategy, requires great cooperation, and requires a military mindset, which puts you in a predicament to not just act casual, be a casual, and it wasn't built on being a casual. The Green Berets are nothing to play with, highly specialized technicians of soldiermanship, and I think that this game right here deserves a lot of credit and a lot of respect. And just like the first Ghost Recon, Wildlands blew me out of the way. I was an instant fan. I put a lot of time into that game. I will be putting my time into this game as well, having a lot of fun. With the exception of, and this is a PS moment, the news about Gears 5, which I'm showing right now. Over 3 million people playing the game on the weekend of the first release. That's ridiculous. No game in this generation has done that. Between a Friday night and a Saturday night, over 3 million people. Salute to Gears 5 for being the first game to do that. You just destroyed everybody. And hey man, keep it up, Gears. We're gonna be playing you for a long time. You got legs. back to Ghost Recon. I think that the story of the villain being played by the Punisher actor was dead on. Seeing that he's an actual ex-soldier of that program that went rogue, felt like the operation didn't suit well to his well-being anymore, of losing soldiers, of how they handle things out there in the special forces units with the special missions going about in the world, doing their operative motives. He feels like, hey, this isn't the way to do it. He's struggling with, you know, just being the leader that he was. And I like the way that story ties in, because now it's not about, hey, let's just go out here and destroy drug smugglers. It's more like, hey, we got to go out here and tackle one of our own that has went rogue. So this guy knows what's up. He knows the ins and outs. And I think that brings something very different and something special to the game. So yeah, Ghost Recon with legs like you have and longevity that you're going to bring can only be represented on the Xbox side of things. And yeah, you get a 10 out of 10 for showing yourself up on Inside Xbox today. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. We love that 10 out of 10. Now, the last but not least, I believe it's the killer of all killers, the one that everybody was hyped up about and got a chance to see, the one that was really worth missing your job for, was the Outer Worlds. When I finally saw that game, I said, oh yeah, this game is going to be the truth. There could have been only one other game that would have beat this game being shown on Inside Xbox, in my opinion, and that was Cyberpunk 2077. That's the only game that I could have seen that would have beat the Outer Worlds as far as legs, longevity, and excitement. But this Outer Worlds is blowing things out the frame in its department of Avenue. This open world / Fallout type game, I mean, it's making Fallout look like noodle soup, man. It's making it look like noodle soup for a first grader who's sick. I mean, the things that you can do in this game is ridiculous. It's going to bring forth great community play. It's going to bring about parties unlike no other, clubs like no other. See, games like that are built to be put on Xbox, embraced by a community. So there's no reason why, or no question as to why it wasn't, or why it was on Xbox, Inside Xbox, and not on PlayStation State of Play. Because, I mean, let's keep it real, people. That single player aspect stuff is where Sony lives on that. The movie cinematic single player aspect stuff, yeah, that's all cool and dandy, but it dies off quickly. It fades away. And when it fades away, y'all start whining and start hating on games. See, that's why I wish some of y'all's experiences had legs, so we wouldn't have to hear y'all's whining and hee-hawing all the damn time. We just want you guys to have a game that you guys can be proud about for a couple of years, man. Keep y'all quiet. You know, keep your buckets full of carrots for a while. But damn, they keep making these games and y'all beat it in a day, and then we gotta hear y'all for the rest of the year talk about exclusive content. We gotta go through that with you guys, and all we want is you guys to really be happy, man. We know you guys ain't happy. You guys talk more about Xbox than we do. So Outer Worlds, man, I give Outer Worlds a 10 out of 10. Inside Xbox won this one with his eyes closed. I mean, these games that premiered on Inside Xbox, these developers that came up on here on Inside Xbox, the anchors that talked us through this experience on Inside Xbox, it just looked like a more realistic live community. State of Play looked dead. It looked robotic. I get tired of seeing that stupid music, hearing that stupid music, seeing hieroglyphics rolling around on my TV screen. I mean, come on, man. It's like, look, I come here to watch gameplay, but it seems like every time I give PlayStation a chance, it's like they're trying to give me that Kool-Aid, man. I don't want that Kool-Aid. There's something in it. I don't want it. Either that or you trying to give me the blue and red pill. I don't want neither one of them because you're probably trying to trick me. It always feels like you're trying to brainwash me into something. Man, I ain't got time for all that. Just show me some life. Show me some games. What you can't do, you can't show me anything. So there's no excitement over there. It's just robotic, androidish, you know, machinery, mechanical. That's what you give your audience. And if your audience want to clap like seals, it's because you throw some fish at them. Hey, man, more power to y'all. But, I mean, your eyes ain't fooling you. You can look at both of them shows. You can see who's live and who's not. You can see who's putting money into people's pockets. Yo, my girl Kate was back on the show. That was good stuff, man, to see Kate back. Anybody who was a fan of Kate, anybody who watched esports on Xbox and saw that and saw Kate on there, man, she does a fabulous job with the esports division of things. And we got a lot of respect for her. Anybody that's been in a competitive situation has a lot of respect for Kate. To see her up there today, that was good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not up there for free. They're not up there for free. All those people up there getting paid, especially the younger people now that we're seeing. Those people are getting paid, man, and they're doing a good job. You see Microsoft giving people jobs. You looking over there on State of Play, you don't see one human being there. Not one human being. You hear a lady voice that sounds like an android, but that's it. That's it. And y'all gonna sit up here and tell us that, hey, things don't make sense. Why do they do this? And why do they do that? When y'all really need to be saying, what the hell is Sony doing? They ain't showed us nothing. And I'm here to tell y'all,
Last time I checked,
there's really nothing to show you guys. Ghost of Tsushima? Y'all waiting on that? Really? Another walkthrough simulated ninja game? Or samurai game? That's what that is, man. Your style of play is not gonna change. I wanna see y'all get that VR experience, man, and bring it to us. Because those VR games don't look spectacular. LA, a Noir, VR, didn't look that spectacular, man. It just didn't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not blowing anything. There's nothing that Sony's showing that's blowing us away because we're on another level, people. That's what y'all got to understand. We're up here with our gaming, and y'all are down here trying to show us something down there about y'all's gaming. It's not impressing us anymore. It's not. You can't. All the stuff that worked in the lower tier levels of gaming when y'all were blown out y'all minds over 180 pixel difference, when y'all really had nothing but that to make that y'all centerpiece. We're over here 4 times more visual performance wise, with 30 more frames on performance wise, and y'all sitting over here still trying to yap it up, still trying to show them donkey gums, man. And that's what's so hilarious. Y'all are down to Metacritic scores and down to what game had this and hey, who bought this, how many sales, and it's just funny, man, that y'all still don't get it. Like, we're not gonna sit here and waste our time with y'all with that because times are changing. You guys are stuck in a 20-year philosophy. A 20-year-old philosophy. That's y'all's problem. But hey, you guys had the bogus show today. I honestly thought that Sony would show y'all something since it was trying to act like it really had something to stand up against inside Xbox. They kind of made that interesting, didn't it? Oh, both shows are today. Man, look.
Are you gonna move or are we
I
just gonna
told
stand
y'all,
looking at each other?
and I'm gonna keep saying this, that when you talk about gaming, you're gonna have to talk about Xbox now. When you talk about visuals, you're gonna have to talk about Xbox now. When you talk about new technology, you're gonna have to talk about Xbox now. When you talk about a true experience, you're gonna have to talk about Xbox now. See, my console even hears me. It thought I wanted to do a command, so it literally stopped doing what it was doing and was waiting on me to give it a command. I got voice activation in my console. The same type of voice activation in space shuttles, in BMWs, Mercedes, Maybachs, all this high technology stuff. On your PCs, on my phone. I even got voice activation on my phone. But yeah, when I pull out a PlayStation, it's mute. He's like a mime. He can't speak to me. But I tell you what he can do. He can sound like a vacuum cleaner. He can perform. He can be a nice strip club for roaches, and he can sound like jet engines that are about to take off. That's something that the PlayStation 4 does very well at. So hey guys, that's it. That's the Versus show. We know what I said was all facts. You can't deny that. Inside Xbox won by landslide, and Inside Xbox in London will be extravagant. What an X there in the beginning. Not an E, but an X. We know what's coming in the future. The future takeover is here. Microsoft is self-integrated. They don't have to go out, outsource their stuff. Well, not outsource, I'm sorry. They don't have to go out there and bring something in. They are inside bringing something out. And that's what, you can't bully them. It's the trillion dollar Leviathan. And one of the heads of it now is Xbox. And you really can't do nothing about it. You can't bully it out of the streets. You can't bully it out of existence. Because it's just part of the ecosystem. What they didn't believe in long time ago, now they do. The vision is 40 years ahead, and they're not going anywhere.
I thought we were kind of
the future is what you're looking at right now. We're in 4K, we're in 4K 60, and now we're gonna be 4K upscaled 8K 120. That's just what it is. We're heading to Scarlet, the monster that eats monsters, and hey, you can hate all you want, but we're not gonna lose no sleep on it, and we're not messed up about it. This has been the New Legal, representing Di-RREC Gaming. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless, and we'll see y'all again very soon. You guys take it easy, and we're out of here.